Should you buy starter deck Zoro and Sanji? Short answer, if you can find it for MSRP price, yes, buy 2 copies. But let's get more into details. There is this common misconception that because those products are named starter decks, they are perfect for the new players. However, it's far from the truth. Most of the time we buy starter decks because they contain the unique cards that are printed only in those decks, or even unique leaders. And here it's the same. We have all the new cards printed in this deck. However, they are not that strong to be able to play the deck out of the box. As we can see on the product page, there are only 2 different SR cards and obviously unique leader, but all the other cards are commons. Let's take a look at the leader first. Maybe it's worth to buy the deck just for the leader. So, Roronoa Zoro and Sanji. For life, multicolor leader, green-blue. Not the best color pair in my opinion, and the effect when attacking, if the Dawn is attached, you may return one of your characters with a cost 2 or more to owner's hand and set up one of your characters with 7000 power or less as active. So in OP06 meta I cannot really see how this leader, how this effect would be relevant. The problem is that the top tier decks now really reward you for playing the threats that have immediate reward. So for example, you play a card that has rush, you play a card that has on play effect, instant value. Here to get a value you have too much setup to do, because first of all you need to have a character on board that is 7000 power or less, and most of the time those characters don't stick to the board. They will be removed before you can even active the leader's effect. So in this way you have just for life 5000 power vanilla leader, and we don't really want to our leader to have no effect. But there is one card that is great addition to the decks that include green color, and it's Dracul Mihawk. It's a SR card in this deck, and to get a playset, like I said at the start of the video, buy 2 decks. Why this card is great? So first of all, free cost 4000 power, nothing special, but it's 2k counter, very important. Additionally, beautiful effect. On play, if you have 2 or less characters, play up to 1 Magi Kingdom type or / attribute character card with a cost of 4 or less other than Dracul Mihawk from your hand rested. So simply the best card in a deck. Most of us, either you're a new player, average player or veteran, will buy this deck for this card for the current meta. Sure, other cards might be relevant in the future. We saw already examples like that, so it's good to have the whole deck. But if you search only for the value right here, right now, this is the card to pick up if you play any green deck in current meta. And let me explain how it works in practice. So let's say we are playing green Uta leader. We start the game, we go first, we have 3 Dawn turn. So we play our Dracul Mihawk, pretty cool already, we have 4000 body on board, and then we resolve on play effect, and we have beautiful target in Uta deck, and it's Brook. We have to play him rested, sure, but we already have a 4-cost character on board with the attribute /, that's why we can play him from Mihawk's effect, and then with Brook we can just populate the board with either Uta, Nami or Usopp. For 3 Dawn we have board of 10 Dawn characters, one of which can be Nami, so obviously useful in the next turn, or maybe even when you go second and you play Dracul Mihawk, then you can pay the one left over Dawn to immediately use the on play effect from Nami. So beautiful little combo for the Uta deck or any deck that can utilize this film package. If you are unlucky and we don't have the combo to play like that, we can always opt to just play Mihawk and follow up with rested Zoro, so still 7 Dawn on board just for 3 Dawn investment, and we have huge 6000 power body. Sure, he is rested, but it's unlikely that your opponent will be able to clear him in his 4 Dawn turn. But there is one other leader that can utilize the Mihawk, but maybe it's not so obvious, especially for the newer players. And I'm talking about green yellow Yamato, because when we play Mihawk in Yamato we can get some interesting combo. Take a look here. We have Om is for cost and it's slash attribute as well. So we can play Mihawk for freedom, follow up with search for Holy, and bam, apparently we have really strong and white board. Together with double attack from Yamato and possibility to attach 2 rested dawns, this board is already scary. But what is even more interesting, that even if we are unlucky and we don't have the perfect combo target that is Om and Holy, we can just play Mihawk and take a look how many different targets we have already in Yamato deck. If you play Cracker, you can play Cracker, his 4 cost slash, maybe Kikunojo in hand, 4 cost slash, or even Nekomamushi, again 4 cost slash. Every 4 cost character in aggro Yamato variant is with slash attribute, so Dracul Mihawk is auto included. No questions, just play this card, take a look how better tempo you get, because sure, Yamato is beautiful leader when you play against 4 life leaders and you can overwhelm them quite easily with just 2 attacks and then follow up with Hodi. But some games maybe you will play against Moria leader, maybe you will play against Katakuri, they have 5 life, so you will need some board presence to push for the game. So to sum up, as always I recommend getting the 2 copies of a deck, especially if you can get them for the correct price, as you never know when those unique cards will be useful in the future. However, if for whatever reason you cannot do it and need exact reason to invest in this deck, if you play any green deck that utilizes the film package, or if you play aggro variant of green yellow Yamato, then for me Dracul Mihawk from this deck is a must-have, either as a single card but in playset, or just get it in 2 decks and auto include it in your decks. But that's it for today, just a small video tip for the starter deck Zoro and Sanji. Let me know in the comments, maybe you already bought this deck or maybe you were on the fence and now you decided based on this video that you really need this deck. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video, take it easy.